Hi there, good morning. It's time for our level 3 class. So we're just gonna get right into it. If you're starting this class a little bit later or you're doing it at a later time, once the video has recorded, please allow yourself at least a little 20 minutes extra after this class. So you have even more time to explore and play. In my kind of perfect desire for this class, my perfect world, it would be a 90-minute effort. So I really want you to make time for yourself. Okay, so let's do it. We're exploring the inner thigh line, and we started with that at the beginning of the week in a really gentle and mindful way. On Wednesday, got into it a little bit deeper with strength-based alignment, and today we're going to combine all of those things. So strength, flexibility, mindfulness, and extension. Where we're working is from the big toe area up through the arch of the foot, through the inner thigh line, all the way up through the pelvis into the space of the liver. And I mentioned this before, but the liver is interesting because before we're born, it's the organ in the body that, like in utero, it's all about positivity and expansion and life and crossing over into the next realm of life, being born. But once we take it into our physical form and we start to explore the liver line as a human being in the world, it gets heavy. And so it's dealing with depression and anger and rage and fear. So it's interesting to kind of look at the liver line of the body and say, well, yeah, I am holding on to some of these negative emotions. And through the physical body, we can let it go. So let's dive in. This practice is 3 parts. We're going to stretch, strengthen, and then find the pose. Here we go. You can come to your mat. If you have a blanket, I'm going to grab a blanket. Grab that. And you're welcome to sit up on a blanket and have your blocks at the front of your mat for when we need them. When and if. And then come to a comfortable seat. And take your knees wide, and let's find the seat in a very specific way. Align pelvis, heel, heel. And so if you need to, you can put blocks underneath of your knees, and that will give you just a little bit of grace in the hips. But pelvis, heel, heel. And if you're feeling pretty flexible, make it tight. Heel, heel against pelvis. And then knees are broad. And as the knees widen out, draw your shoulders down your back and breathe. And taking some deep breaths, just bring your awareness to the part of the body that we're working so you know where we're going. And even consider thinking about the thoughts, am I holding on to any fear or rage, any anger, depression, any sadness? As you're doing that thought pattern, lower your chin down towards your chest and pull your pelvic floor up so that you can create a torso or the container of the torso that feels very strong and very confident. And so you can think of this as looking into a mirror, your body being the mirror of your mind. And then just starting to see the space, the location of those words, those emotions in the body. And then let's move them. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round your back. And you can reach your arms forward. Inhale, lift your chest. You're welcome to open your arms out to the sides. And exhale, round your back. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, round your back. Last one. Big lift. And exhale, round. Then interlace your fingers, push the palms of your hands forward so you have this big concave in the front of your body, and press the heels of your hands up towards the sky. Lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest. Keep going. Take another inhale, and then exhale, release your hands all the way down. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Push your knuckles down towards the back of your buttocks, and then away from your buttocks, pull your chin to your chest. Rock your chin side to side, towards the left shoulder and then the right. You can tip one ear over to the side at a time, stretching the outer edge of the neck, so you should feel length through the outer and backs of your necks. And then on this one, turn your chin all the way up towards the sky, then stretch through the front of your throat. And exhale, chin down to your chest. You're always welcome to use blocks, but you don't need to. And take your right hand out to the right. Press your left hip down. Reach your left arm up over your head, and now push your ribs to the left as you reach your hand to the right. Big, long stretch. Round your back, look down to the right, and then fold forward. Take both arms out in front of you. You can go all the way down, chest towards the mat. Walk your hands back in, left hand over to the left. Reach your right arm up, push your right ribs to the right, your right hip down. Reach your right hand far over to the left side. Then exhale, round your back, look down to the left, and walk your arms straight out in front of you. Extend as far as it feels good, even lower your chest down. And then walk your hands back underneath of your shoulders. Let's move the blanket out of the way. Take your fingertips back behind you, but facing forward, feet wide onto the mat, knees bent, and rock. Did you hear that? That snap of the hip. Rock side to side. This can be fast. It doesn't have to be too slow. But it really is about warming up the inner thigh, warming up the rotation through the inner groin, and then getting into the buttocks, the butt muscles. So a nice massage for the butts. Bring your knees towards one another, feet to the mat. Take your hands and wrap them just above your shin bones. Round your back all the way. Look down into your belly and inhale. Lengthen your chest straight up to the sky. And exhale, round your back. And now do this one slow. Round your back and roll all the way down to your mat. And as you come down, you're welcome to scoot forward with your buttocks. Keep your left knee bent. Pull your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers and then rock it towards the chest and then the armpit. Chest and armpit. Just side to side. Okay. Cross your right knee over top of your left and then let your knees drop to the left. Take your right arm out to the right, gaze right. It doesn't have to be anything too deep or too fancy. We're still exploring the breath and getting it into the sides of the body. Go very slow. Pull your belly in. On an exhale, right knee up to right shoulder. Take your peace fingers of your right hand around your right big toe. That's one option. Or hold the pinky edge of your foot. Half happy baby. Draw your right knee down towards the ground, outside of your right shoulder. You may have to move your rubber tree. Take your left hand over to the left, and you can do this all at once. Stretch your right leg out towards the right. Extend your left leg long. So this is our first big stretch. Lower your rib cage down towards the mat. Left ribs down as you gaze to the left. Feel really heavy on the left side of your body. And then flex your right foot And as you flex your foot, push out through your heel just a little bit more so you get deeper into the inner thigh line. And then not for too long, bend your right knee, pull your right knee back into your chest. Good job. Extend your right leg straight up, crunch up. So your nose comes to your knee, hold on to the back of your calf muscle or your ankle, and then bend your elbows, bring your nose close to your face close to your nose, and same thing. Flex your foot and push out through your heel. So you get a little bit more, not for too long. Bend your knee, pull it into your chest, point both feet, and then release your head back down. Extend your right foot onto the mat, right knee bent. Pull your left knee into your chest, squeeze it in. You can point your left foot and start to rock your knee towards the midline, and then all the way over to your left shoulder. And then do that a couple times, knee to the midline and over to the left shoulder. And then you got it. Cross your left leg over top of your right. Drop your knees to the right. Extend your left arm. Gaze to the left. And take some deep breaths. With every exhale, breath finding length and rotation in the spine. I love this way of starting a level 3 class because you know it's coming. It's coming. On an exhale breath, pull your belly in, bring your left knee up towards your chest, and then all the way over towards your left armpit. Peace fingers, hold the big toe, or hold the outer edge of your foot. And press your knee down towards the ground, and then extend your right arm out to the right. You can push it down for a little bit of balance and traction, and then maybe at the same time, or one at a time, lengthen your left leg and lengthen your right. Right leg forward, there we go. Left leg up and out to the top left corner of the mat. Gaze to the right, feel heavy in your right hip, heavy in your right rib cage. And then press out through your left heel. So get a little bit more flexion in your foot. Deep breaths. Nice job. Extend your right leg, make that leg really strong. And then that's it. Bend your left knee. Pull your left knee into your chest and now crunch up, head up. Extend your left leg long. Hold on to your calf muscle or your ankle, nose towards knee. Squeeze it in. Bend your elbows out to the sides. Pull your belly down so your back feels flat for 3. Flex your foot, push your heel up. There it is, 2. And 1. Bend both knees, bring them into your chest and rock and roll. Front to back. A few times. As you're rocking and rolling, you can also rotate your wrists. And just warming them up. And then plant your hands, cross your ankles, and step back to downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time and rock your rib cage side to side so you get a big stretch through the outer edges of the hips. Feels really good to yawn when you stretch like that. And press your left heel down. Shoot your right leg up to the sky. Look to the right. Bend your right knee. Here we are. Press your left heel down. Wiggle your left hand back. One hand print. Lower your left elbow down. Keep your right knee pressing up. Right arm straight. Look to the right. Oh yeah. This happens really quick. Look down, straighten your left arm, exhale right knee to right shoulder. Inhale, extend your leg back and high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend your leg back and up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Kick it out to the left. Lower your left heel. Push your right hand down. Reach your left hand to the sky. Left hip up. 2 legs strong. Flex your feet. Bend your right knee deep and lean back. Take a big opening through the chest. Reach like you could touch the ground behind you. Straighten your right leg, lower your right hand down, plank pose, step back, grip your fingers, hug your inner elbows in, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees and lower down all the way to the mat. Press the tops of your feet down and wide. Widen your hands, turn your fingers out, draw your shoulders back and lift your chest. You can stay up. It feels really good to twist the ribs from one side to the other. Bending one elbow at a time, and then elbows in, lift your chest from your legs. Exhale, soften your butt, lower down. Hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under, push up, high plank pose, and exhale, downward facing dog. Same set. Press down into your right foot, lift your left leg high up. Bend your knee, gaze to the left, press your right heel down, and then wiggle your right hand back, one hand print. Lower your right elbow down to the mat. Keep your left leg reaching up towards the sky and your left arm straight. Press your right heel down, right hip back. That's really the magic cue. When you take the right hip back, you get stronger and longer through the inner seam of your leg, the midline. Happens quick. Press your right hand down. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend your leg back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Kick your right leg over to the side. Lower your right heel. Left leg to the right. Right heel down. Right arm up. Reach. Draw your shoulders back and together. Look up. Then bend your left knee deep, deep, deep. Lean back, arc back. Firm your legs. Hug the base of your sits bones in. And look down. Release your hand down to the mat. Plank pose. Step back, grip your fingers, shift forward. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Widen your feet, press them down. Turn your hands out, firm your legs. Inhale, big cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Big toes to touch. Hands under your shoulders. Draw your shoulders back. Curl your toes under. Firm your belly. Exhale, push up. Downward facing dog. Okay, you should be getting a little bit warmer, even though we're taking things pretty slow. Widen your knees out to the sides. Press down into child's pose and lengthen your hips all the way back to your heels. Think about getting low, low, low. So your rib cage towards the mat. And as you press down into your hands, you can grip your fingers, then lift your elbows, pull your shoulders back and your chest forward. Okay, so that will take you a little bit lower. Look forward, your head is up. Press your fingers down. Lift your elbows, draw your shoulders back, press your rib cage down, and now keep that, but turn your tailbone. Oh yeah. So then we just got into the side of the rib cage, into the upper back a little bit more. Stay low. And walk your hands to the right side. Place your left hand on top of your right. Push your hips over to the left, thinking deep stretch. We need to do quite a bit of work. Huge long breaths. And walk your hands to the left side. Right hand on top of left. Push your hips to the right and hang into it. Extend your fingers to the left. Draw your right shoulder down and back, and then when you get to that place where it feels pretty deep, breathe. So good. Walk your hands out in front of you. Tabletop pose. Inhale, come up. Knees underneath. Lengthen your chest forward. Inhale, breath. Drop your belly. Exhale, round your back. Curl in. Then curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Push your buttocks up and back. Widen your feet in downward facing dog.
to the edges of your mat. Walk your hands back, one hand print with straight legs. Push your buttocks back. Feel the length in the backs of your legs by firming the fronts of your thighs. Look up to your thumbs and externally rotate your shoulders so they feel wider and your neck is a little bit freer. Then keep pressing your hands down and now hang your ears in line with your biceps and your buttocks higher up. Oh yeah. Doing these things slow and in sequence will help you to get into that nice, deep, and spacious place. Press your left hand down. Take your right hand to the front of your left ankle. Bend your right elbow. Look far underneath of your left armpit. Far, far, far. And now keep that. Press your right heel down and your right hip back. Feet are flat. Arms are long. You should feel a nice stretch move into your tricep and armpit of your left side. And then release your right hand down, still in a short, wide down dog. Take your left hand to your right ankle. Bend your left elbow and look far underneath of your right armpit. Now keep that. This is where it starts to turn on. Press your left heel down and your left hip back. Then straighten your right leg just a little bit more and keep looking, looking, looking until you get into the armpit. Nice job. Release your left hand down. Walk your hands forward a hand print and bring your big toes to touch. Then push your buttocks back and bend your knees so you're in a tight leg down dog. Look forward to your hands. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hop your feet wide to the pinky edges of your hands. Squat down. In a squat position, bring your elbows to your inner knees. Press your hands together. Draw your shoulders down your back and now puff your chest up to your thumbs. Pull your forearms down towards parallel and tone the base of your pelvis so your lower back lengthens out. You're doing a great job. Take your right hand down in front of your right foot. So arms straight like a slice, twist. Left hand to the sky. Let's bind. Turn your thumbs down. Grab opposite hand behind you. Rotate your chest open towards the left, but share some weight. Push your weight into your left foot and turn, turn, turn. And let's let this be very freeing for the neck. Look down. Open your arms out to the sides and then reach all the way up and now look up. Good stuff. Lower your left hand down, arms straight. Twist and turn, right hand towards the sky reach. Bind, thumbs down. Clasp hands behind your low back. Gaze to the right and then push some weight into your right foot. Squeeze your shoulder blades back in together. Free the neck, gaze down. Arms out to the sides and then all the way up. Good, look up. That's always harder. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Widen your heels and straighten your legs. Fold. So now you should really feel like you're in the legs. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Release your hands down to the mat, heel toe your feet in. Bring your big toes close. Lift your chest halfway up. Big inhale, breath. Land on your right foot. Step. Well, stay on your right foot. Step your left leg back into a deep lunge. Warrior two pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Okay, hey, I feel like I've been low for so long. It's good to see you guys. Sink down, bend your right knee over top of your ankle. Take your right elbow to the inside of your right knee. Right hand, hold your ankle. Turn, left hand to the sky, look up. Look up, squeeze your heels in together. Pull the base of your buttocks. Gather it in so that you feel tone at the base of the pelvic floor. And now gaze up high. Keep gazing up high. Feel that your right buttocks is wrapping under you and bend a little deeper into the right knee. Go for it. Lifting up, out of the foot,
as you sink into it. So we always have opposition. Stay low, look down. Warrior two pose, that's on fire. Exhale, hands to the mat. Downward facing dog, yay! Rock your hips from side to side. Lift your left leg high, inhale breath. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Take a moment, lower your right heel, firm your right leg, set up your foundation, squeeze your heels together because that releases the front of the right hip, and then come up to warrior two pose. Sink down, bend your knee over top of your ankle, hug your heels in, draw the base of the pelvic floor in and up, be in the pose. So now let's bring it back. The mindfulness around the practice today is to work into the emotions, and you can maybe feel things coming up, things present, things at the surface, but then breathe. The exhale breath is always the transformation. Take a big inhale. Exhale, left elbow to the inside of your left knee. Left hand holds the front of your ankle. Turn and reach. Your right hand to the sky. Breathe. Sink down a little deeper. Feel your left buttocks wrap under. Strong inner heels. Breathe. Maintain the focus and depth of warrior two, but at the same time, reaching your right hand and your rib cage up. Breathe. Look down, see your foot. Come up, warrior two pose, hold. Exhale, hands to the mat, downward facing dog, step back and wiggle. Hips side to side, little steps feel good. Reach your right leg high, inhale breath. Step your right foot up to the pinky edge of your right hand, look forward. Lower your left knee down. Here, a block is good because you can put it underneath of your forearms or go all the way down. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your right big toe with flexion in your foot and start to rock side to side. If it feels like you're grasping around connective tissue, coming up a little bit higher on the block is better for the outer hip, but you know your body best. Okay, so this is kind of like that happy baby, that half happy baby that we did before. Take your left hand over to the left, and you can stay on your forearm, that's deep, or you can straighten it, depends. Take your right hand to the inside of your right knee, push it away and turn your chest to the right. Try to get a little bit of space right at the top of your right hip flexor. So as you're turning, you're like, oh, there it is. It has that feeling of like, oh yeah, hi there. Hi there. Missed you. And reach your right arm up, up, up. Bend your left knee, reach back and grab the pinky edge of your foot and now flex your foot. Turn your chest. This is deep. Turn, 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 turn. Open your chest. Roll your shoulder onto your back, look up. And exhale, look down. Oh, good neck stretch. Release your right hand down to the mat, left hand down to the mat. Go really slow. Lift your left hip, tone your belly, lift your right foot, keep your belly pulled in, and exhale. Go back to kick downward facing dog, right leg high. Then bend your right knee, stack your hip open, and this time look to the left. Ooh yeah. Right leg up, left heel down. Extend your right leg back behind you, come into downward facing dog and just rock it out side to side. I always love your feedback because I'm making lots of sounds like, oh yeah, this feels good. So if it feels good to you too, at the end of class, let me know. Reach your left leg up behind you.
Step your left foot forward to the pinky edge of your left hand and come down, low. Right knee down. Lower down to your forearms. Lift your big toe and rock it out. Oh, these hips, every part of the hip, all deep, all 6 deep muscles of the hip, from the inner to the outer to the front to the back. They just hold on to this negativity, which is present, no denying it. It's present. Frustration is present. Okay, good stuff. Take your right hand, swing it over to the right so your fingers point out to the side, and you can do that with a straight arm or a bent elbow. Left hand to the inside of your left knee, fingers point up and out. Lengthen your arm. Then start to turn your rib cage up towards the sky so you're getting really deep into the hip. Left foot is still flexed. Make sure it is. Then reach your left hand up, bend your right knee, stretch back, capture the pinky edge of your foot. Now here's the mega pose. You flex your right foot and lean back, arc back. Press your right elbow down, lift your chest, and you can look up or down or around in circles, whatever feels best. But it should be big. It's a big pose. And then let your head feel really heavy, right ear to right shoulder. And look all the way down to your right thumb. And then release your right foot, left hand down to the mat. We're doing this slow. Arms straight. Lift your right knee, firm your leg, get strong. Lift your left foot, point your foot, belly in, left knee at left armpit. And then step back, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch, shorten your hands back just a little bit, then press your buttocks back and put a bend into your knee. So you move in to the innermost hamstring. So we have to pay attention to all of the other spaces around the one space that we're really getting into. Okay, walk your hands forward, widen your feet a little, true downward facing dog. Then lift your right leg high up, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Grab a block, blocks are great. Lower your back heel down to the mat and come up to warrior two pose. So using a block today, you can take it up to the top right corner of your mat. That makes it a little bit easier. Or right in front of your right foot, that makes it a little bit more challenging. And just place it where you need it so it's there for later. Flip your right hand, reverse your warrior, lean back. Pull your belly in. And then straighten your right leg, reach your right arm out in front of you. As you straighten your leg, there are lots of things that are happening. Right big toe presses down. Right arch lifts up. Shin bone moves forward. Right outer hip back. That's the good stuff. Take your right hand to your right shin and then press your shin evenly against your hand and your hand against your shin. Take your left hand to your left rib cage and now look up. Rotate your ribs up, 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 up. You are giving yourself this mega assist because of the work in the right foot and the right shin bone. Turn. Left hand to the sky. Left arm overhead. Alongside your ear, ground your right leg. Right arm alongside your right ear for 3. Leaning. 2. And 1. Look down. Bend your right knee. Oh yeah. Reach out, right hand in the direction of the block. Heel toe your left foot in. And here we go. Right hand down, left leg up. And you can always reposition your block, whatever feels best. Flex your left foot. Draw your belly in a lot. Keep your belly in so much that you could look down the front of your belly button and see your left big toe in your periphery. Lift your leg, firm and focus. And then bend your right knee, step back, warrior two pose, just gentle. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, oh that's so good. Downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands. Deep lunge, set up your block. Warrior two pose, inhale, come up. Sink down into warrior two, extend your arms, draw your shoulders in, find your focus. Come back to your breath. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, lean back. Then press into your left big toe mound, straighten your left leg, extend your left arm out. This should not be a lockout in the leg, so that's a lockout. This is not. The difference between the two. Reach left hand down, touch your shin. Rotate your left buttocks under, right hand to right rib cage, turn your chest to the sky. Find the foundation in your left foot. Find the foundation of the heel in your right foot. Reach up. This pose always makes me really sweaty. There's so many parts of the legs and feet and pelvis activating deeply. Take your right arm over your head, hug, legs tight, left arm alongside your ear. This is a strengthening pose for the abdomen, yes, but it makes the inner thigh line that much more length, more longer, more flexible. Look down, bend your knee, ooh, warrior two. It's like, thank God, warrior two. Take your left hand down towards your block and heel toe your right foot in. As the left hand goes down to the block, set it up, flex your right foot, reach your right hand up to the sky, oh yeah. Turn your gaze up so that in your periphery you can see your right big toe. Long, long, long. Good legs. And then look down, find your balance, bend your left knee, step back, warrior two pose. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands down to the mat, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, big release at the front of the hips. Downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Look forward to your hands. Widen your knees, take an inhale breath, and exhale, step or hop up to the front of your mat. Lift your chest halfway up. Exhale, fold, nose to shin bones. Grab the backs of your knees. Hold opposite elbows and pull nose to shin bones. Breathe deep to soften in to the lengthening of your legs and back. Look forward, release your hands down. Widen your feet out to shoulders distance apart, and then turn your toes out just a little. Okay, we're gonna get funky. Take your right elbow, well, let's say this, bend your right knee. Take your right shoulder underneath of your right knee, and your right arm back, and your left arm forward. Funky twist. Then bind, hands at your right hip. Not like a thong. You don't want to be up the middle, but at the outer edge of your glute. At the outer edge. Then look down at your feet. Heel toe your left foot in a little. Pop up onto your right big toe. Look forward and lift up halfway. Straighten your left leg. Keep looking forward. So I'm in this like flamingo position. Stay here, leaning over, and straighten your right leg. Then lift all the way whoop, 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 up. Open your chest.
Draw your shoulder back, heel towards the sky, and release your foot down. Release your hands, wide leg forward fold. Widen your feet to mat's distance apart. Take your arms straight out in front of you and press your buttocks back. Put a little bend in your knees. Okay, bend your left knee deep. Take your left elbow underneath of your knee, shoulder underneath of your knee, left arm back, right arm forward. Bind. Touch hands at the outer edge of your hip. Heel toe, your right foot in, look down. Straighten your right leg, strengthen it. Come up. Left knee in line with shoulder. You're still bending over. Stay low. Extend your left leg straight. And then, this keeps the thigh bone plugged in. Then come up. And as you come up, lift your chest. So your thigh bone is plugged back rather than reaching forward, which it tends to do when you come into this shape. Good job. Look down, bend your knee. Place your foot back down on the mat, wide feet. Arms straight out in front of you, very short, wide foot, down dog. Bend your knees and stretch out your back. Hands underneath of your shoulders, heel toe your feet in. Lift your chest halfway up and exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing to release and unlock the front of the hips. Downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Reach your right leg up, inhale breath. Right knee to right tricep, look forward. Extend your right leg, lift your left. Hold, lift, lift, lift both legs. Feet down, chest up. What? Downward facing dog. Okay, let's take a break. So you're gonna do that again. It's just crazy, like windmill of the leg. It's from the pelvic floor. It's not necessarily from the foot because the foot is heavy. If it's drawing in from the pelvic floor, the foot feels light. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high, inhale breath. Extend your left leg up to your left tricep, look forward, bend your elbows. Left leg out, right leg up. Lift, hips, right leg high, left leg high, feet down, whoo, chest up. Oh my gosh, downward facing dog. It's so much harder to talk. Put a bend into your knees, press your buttocks back. Then lift your right leg high, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lower your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Flat if it's possible. Turn your left heel down, reach your left hand high to the sky. Stretch up. Take your right shoulder underneath of your right knee, fingertips behind you to your right buttocks, bind. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Tone your belly. Look down, release your hands down to the mat, downward facing dog, step back. Lift your left leg up, step forward in between your hands. Lower your right heel down. Take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Twist, right hand to the sky. Deep lunge. Widen your chest, bind, left hand underneath of you, right hand behind your back, touching at your outer buttocks, bend your left knee deeper, look up. Then look down, hands down to the mat, flat, step back to downward facing dog. Okay, are you ready?
Plank pose, inhale breath. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Stack your feet, reach your right hand straight up to the sky. Pull your right knee into your chest. Piece fingers of your right hand around your right big toe. Kick your heel up, 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 up. Look down at your left hand. Step your right foot up to meet your left hand. Tone your belly. Take your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee, right hand to the pinky edge of your foot. Push your weight into your right hand. Take your left hand on top of your right foot, grab the pinky edge, and lift your foot up. Press into your left foot and now extend your right leg out. For 3, forward to the front of your mat. 2, and 1. This is the crazy part. Bend your right knee, but don't let your foot touch down. Swing your right leg out to the side and around, back to downward facing dog. That was like the deepest of core in that transition. That was a different kind of core than I've felt in a while. Plank pose. Inhale breath. Tone your belly. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left hand high. Stack your feet. Hug your left knee into your chest. Piece fingers of your left hand. Grab your left big toe. Extend your left leg straight up. Get long. Look down, see your right thumb. Step your left foot up next to your thumb. So good. So good. Take your left hand under. Left hand down to the mat. Right heel down to the mat. Lift your left heel up. Take your right hand over. Grab the pinky edge of your foot. Lengthen your legs. Extend your left leg forward. Look under your armpit to the right. For 3, 2, 1. Look down. Bend your left knee. Hand to the mat. Straighten your left leg out and swing it around back to downward facing dog. Widen your knees and press back to child's pose. Relax your forehead down and take some deep, deep breaths. Hey there, Marinda. Yeah, the class is live for 24 hours. And all of the, if you're inclined to donate, the donation information is in the header of my Instagram page. And Venmo is the easiest, but I have PayPal too. Thank you guys. Breathe in downward facing dog. Come up onto your hands and push your hips high. And then lower back down to your knees, but this time knees tight. Press the tops of your feet down and sit back on your heels. You did it. You did the hardest part. So we've been working towards compass pose because it follows the channel from the big toe up to the pelvis, that whole inner line, and then crosses out towards the outer edge of the organs, extends into the side of the rib cage. So this is a really magic pose. It focuses, think of it this way, from the feet in to the sides of the body out. From the feet in, up the midline, to the sides of the body out. So we are releasing the energies of fear and rage and anger and depression. Lower your hands down. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Lift your chin up towards the sky. And exhale, pull your chin to your chest, stretching out your neck. Then release your hands. Fold your forehead down to your knees, top of the head to the mat. Hold on to your heels and lift your hips for rabbit pose. Zip your belly in, round through your back. Lower your hips back down. Extend your arms out in front of you, tabletop pose, and just hold for a second because that rabbit pose always feels pretty magical to the spine. And just rock your hips side to side. Cross at your ankles, have a seat behind your heels, and stretch your legs out in front of you. Left leg long. You can bend your right knee in, right foot to the mat. Flex your left foot, reach your right arm up. Just take your right knee and let it go out to the right a little bit so it just wings. Reach forward. Grab towards your left foot and then turn your left thumb down. Bind your hands behind you. Clasp your fingertips. Take your chest further forward towards your ankle and fold your chin down in the direction of your shin bone. And then close your eyes and breathe with this imagery that you're releasing toxins that are making you angry. Draw your right hip further back so you feel more depth. Chest further forward to the left foot, releasing toxins that are making you rageful. Feel rage. I don't know how to say that. Inhale, chin forward, right hip back. On the exhale, deepening, releasing toxins that are making you fearful. And then inhale, look forward to your left foot. Take your hands out towards your left foot and fold a little deeper. Then walk your hands back and lift your chest. Hey there, good job. Take the top of your right foot down alongside your right hip. So right knee is in a deep bend. Now walk your hands back. Tuck your tailbone under. Come down to your forearms maybe, or all the way down to your back. If you want more depth, this is going to get really juicy. Floint, it's a flex point combo. Your left foot, bring your left heel to the top of your right hip and then widen your left knee down, and then you can come all the way down. And if you're down, right hand holds onto the top of the left foot. Draw your right elbow into your rib cage and look to the right. Left hand can be on your belly. Deep exhale breaths, stretching the front of the hip down through the front of the quadriceps. Then release your left foot out, roll to your left side, and pull your right knee up to your chest. Good job. Roll back onto your back, take your arms up over your head, huge inhale, point your toes. Exhale, sit up, and fold forward. Oh. And draw your shoulders back. Come up to a seat. Flex your right foot. Place your left foot onto the mat. Lift your left arm straight up to the sky. Reach forward towards your right foot and allow your left knee just to wing out to the side. Turn your left hand down, bind. Hands behind. Look forward, inhale breath. So stretch your chest out and exhale, fold.
Go into your mantra, I am releasing toxins that allow me to feel depression. I am releasing the toxins of depression. I am releasing the toxins of fear. Unbind your hands, reach your hands to your right foot, fold. Walk your hands back, inhale, lift your chest. Sit heavy on your right hip, bring your left heel to your left hip and the top of your left foot down. And you can take your calf muscle and just move it out to the side so there's more opening for your knee. Hands back behind you, come down to your elbows and tuck your tailbone so you get that deep quad stretch. You can do it like this, or you can do the flex point floint. Pull your right heel up to the top of your left hip, right knee down towards the mat, and then your level. I take left hand, hold on to the top of the big toe, and keep your big toe flexed back so it's like a handle. Pull your left elbow into the side of your body and look to the left. Deep breaths. Belly in, back long. Good job. Extend your right leg out. Roll to the right. Pull your left knee up into your chest. Give it a nice little squeeze. And then roll back onto your back. Take your feet wide. Knees together. Hands to your belly. Lengthen your back. So your whole back should feel flat against the mat, and then just tiny windshield wipers of the knees side to side. I mentioned in the beginning of class that I think it would be great if you had an extra 10 to 20 minutes to do a little bit more in today's series, but I'm going to get you to a place that would feel complete, and you can stop there. But if you want to go deeper, my suggestion is you go into some back bending. Okay, so here's where we're going to end today. Pull your knees up to your armpits, happy baby pose. Grab the outer edges of your feet, look up towards your pelvis, then push your pelvis down. And now if you can't keep the base of your back on the mat while you're holding your feet, then hold your knees. And you're better off holding your knees or your calf muscles or your shins. But if you can, feel your sacrum down on the mat, pressing down, then lay your head back. And let your chest lift up. And when you rock to one side, straighten one leg. And when you rock to the other, straighten the other leg. And do this for a few moments. And then you may want to move into final shavasana.